Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Chris. Chris is from Romania, but he lives in London, in the UK. So let's see what Chris has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Chris, how are you?
Not too bad yourself.
Very well, thanks so much for taking the time for the interview today. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you after a long time, mate. Yeah.
I know it's been a while now. So have you been well? So how has your day been so far?
Well, so far everything is alright. Been progressing overall this period of time.
I
As you
see.
probably know, that I was training for a fitness competition, and right now I'm basically like almost there, like what 16 weeks out, and I will attend one of these fitness shows that I've been working my ass off for the past 3 years. So
Oh, wow. So in a few weeks, 16 weeks, you're gonna be part of the competition that is being working right now.
yeah. As you probably know, that I was like quite, like quite fat and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to go through this transformational like process so that I can actually gain some more muscles naturally. And
Amazing.
yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. Bodybuilding. Well, I'm trying to, like attend, but we'll see.
Amazing. So tell me where you're from, Chris?
Romania,
Romania? But I believe
living in UK.
you live in the UK now. And where's about the UK you living right now?
Stratton, London.
Also in London as well. Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Amazing. and
yeah,
and how long have you been living in England for?
almost 9 years, I must say.
Wow. And what's the best part of living in the UK for, in your opinion?
To be honest with you, the flexibility of hustling basically in almost every single domain that you could possibly put your hands on, because it's really easy as long you are like brave enough to not care about how many mistakes you're gonna go through in order to learn the process. I believe it is possible to achieve anything in this life. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think London, it's a place for opportunities. There's always something that, you can look for and you can try to find opportunities in London for sure.
100%, yeah.
So I believe that you work on the fitness industry, yes?
Yeah, as a personal trainer at the moment.
So tell me, walk me through a little bit about your career as a personal trainer.
Well, to be honest, it's considered by many people, it's considered then that type of job because you have to get the customers on board. You have to present yourself well in terms of like how do you look and like is your visit card at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you're trying to like train people and stuff like that, is always going to be kind of difficult because it's not only the fact that you have to understand one single thing, and that is you're not selling items to people, you sell emotions. So
Mhm.
in the same way that you are basically doing these whole things, I do believe that you are doing them like for the people.
Yeah,
So I'm basically like thinking the same way, just trying to like help as many people as possible to get in shape without using any sort of steroids or anything like that.
easy. Okay, so through the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your career and also about your joys in life, okay?
Yeah.
Chris, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes, sir. Let's go for it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So, this is my best friend. Okay, full of fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Sure, go for it.
Just let's do it. Okay, Chris, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Sure, that's fine.
Right, first question for you is, tell me who makes you laugh the most?
Well, to be honest, um, the closest people, I must say, because I'm usually not laughing too much. So usually, like the closest people, or people that are really do understand the meaning of making a joke. I mean, when you make a joke, we have to make a joke that everyone laughs, not you taking the laugh at like one person just because of special characteristics, for example. So
Most of
yeah.
your best friends, they live in London as well or back in Romania?
Well, I've got friends in UK and Romania and in few some other places. So yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Next question. Right, Chris. Next question is, tell me what did they do that comforts you the most?
Well, to be honest with you, it's first of all, they teach me basically about the universal law, which is basically karma, the universal law of like assumption. So you basically have to assume like what you're doing. Karma is basically based on actions. So and they support me basically through every single thing that I'm doing in life. I mean, from doing middle school of sport, high school of sport, my mother and my father were there basically every single way of the steps. So
amazing.
Yeah.
And which person in your family you are more close to?
To be honest with you, all of them.
Yeah.
Brothers, sisters, mother, father, grands. Yeah. We are really, really united and family oriented. So yeah.
Do you have a big family then?
Oh yeah, we do. We are actually, sorry. We are around 6 brothers.
Oh my God, that's a big family.
Indeed.
You are the youngest, the oldest, in the middle?
I'm the eldest, yeah.
The oldest?
Yeah.
Oh my God, wow. The pressure on your shoulders, eh? As the oldest brother.
It's been challenging. I can't complain about it, but yeah.
Amazing. And all your siblings, your brother and sister, they are back in Romania?
Yeah, I've got a brother of mine in the UK working temporarily. Rest of them are back home studying in universities.
Wow.
So yeah, but we are really, really united. Like whenever we talk over the phone or we meet face to face, we never had like crunch or anything onto each other. So we are like really, really cool.
Amazing. I think it makes a difference when we have our family by our side, when they support us. I think it makes a big difference in our life. That's how I see.
It is once. Plus, you also have to understand that with the family, it's basically the same thing as with your friends. Once you grow up, like, and you start understanding the basics of, like how to, like maintain the relationship in between you and the family members, then you can't say, oh, I didn't know this and I've done this mistake. Although they will forgive you, they won't forget what you did, like to them. So it's always based on like respect, mutual support in whatever like process we go through in this life. And I think it's based on the same principles that are applied in a friendship, for example. So yeah.
Absolutely. Friends are our family anyway, so it's part of the family as well.
100%. Yeah.
Next question, Chris. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, tell me a little bit about what do you like the most about being a personal trainer? What's the biggest joy of it? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
The most challenging is, I will start with the hardest one. So the most challenging part is basically you trying to help people to change their mindset. So it's basically trying to get into like their psychological patterns, sitting down with them and being like, all right, cool, we have to modify like here just a little bit, we have to do this, we have to do that. It's all about like a real psychological test for me actually, and like to get to like help people and stuff like that. And this is because it's not only difficult, as I've been there and I know how the process like takes place, and changing the behaviors, changing the habits, controlling your thoughts in daily basis. It's an entire process that you have to go through, and it's not easy. But the most satisfactory is like the most I don't know, satisfactory element out of this whole, like process is the fact that I'm getting to help people. I'm getting to, like inspire them basically, because I do believe that this is my purpose in life.
Mhm.
And once you follow your purpose, I believe nothing can stop you. So, yeah.
Amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, what has been the happiest point of your life?
To be honest with you, knowing the fact that it is possible to build muscles naturally in terms of career and in terms of spirituality, to be able to actually reach all the way down to the point in where nothing surprises me anymore. Like it's basically everything is basically like a show. We are literally like actors on the stage, like having to, like act in, like proper way and fulfilling, like every single role that we putting ourselves through. So spiritually, like I said, really flexible and elevated as well. And in terms of, career, like I said, and personal achievement, I would say, it's the fact that I build up my body all the way down from 73 kilograms to 93 kilograms right now. So it's basically 20 kilograms of pure muscle naturally. But that took around 14 years. So I always said, like patience is basically the key element in every single thing in life.
Wow. So tell me, when was the moment that fitness came into your life? Tell me how the fitness journey started.
So I did judo for many, many years. I did reach, like a level in judo in where I couldn't see progress. First of all, because I didn't have money, that much money at that time. It was really expensive to go in competitions and all that. There were other guys that were working definitely like harder than me because they had, like a better nutrition. And as you probably know, in every single sport, nutrition is equal with performance. So understanding the power of nutrition, I was like, I was like, I need something, and the high risk, like in judo, like the risk in judo, sorry, was definitely higher than in fitness. In fitness, there is still risk, but if you do understand, like the like how the whole muscles like function, how like the ligaments are functioning, the tendons and all that, you can control the risk way better than in judo, because in judo you're fighting with opponents that you probably never met in your life. And when it comes down to, like one of these competitions, guess what? The, like risk of injuries is higher than fitness, because in fitness, not only you develop your like your visit card and you are looking great when you are walking on the street, but you also have the capability of controlling, like the fight within yourself. Meaning, if you are going in a gym and you are literally the type of lifter that says, all right, that's how much I can lift today. I'm not going to push myself harder because I'm going to injure myself. Then that's really great. But if you're the type of, like ego lifter, then obviously you do have the risk in that side as well. So I would say it's all down to, like your personality, to be honest,
I see.
like how
Right.
you build up, like your character and everything.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Chris from Romania. Next question is, what's your favorite holiday season of the year?
To be honest with you, all of them,
Okay.
because I grew up in Romania, and we do have, like in every single season, you got basically the capability of expressing yourself in a different way. For example, in autumn, you get to, like wear clothes, like the fashionable clothes that everyone wishes and like to wear. In
Yeah.
winter, you get to experience like the cold, and you get to experience, in my case, for example, I go like a quite big collection of perfumes. So
Wow.
I do enjoy the fact that I can basically, like use those perfumes and, like actually smell those perfumes during the winter, because, it's fresh air. And whenever you spray anything, they do smell really, really nice. And obviously, if you are the type of person that love to do, I don't know, skiing or snowboarding, or love to travel in the mountains and stuff like that, That's one of the things to go for. So, and in the autumn, it always feels like because it's my birthday, right? So the year starts basically in autumn for me, not at the end, not in December. So I'm always in autumn is basically one of the preferred seasons because I'm getting to plan the year. I'm planning basically how the year is gonna be like, making the plans, making like writing down like projects, like projects I'm gonna work on throughout that year. So yeah, there is no season like that I don't like. I love all of them.
Yeah, actually, my birthday is autumn as well, and I feel very connected. It's my favorite season of the year. Tell me, growing up in Romania, tell me your experience. What was the best part of growing up in Romania, in your experience?
The best part was to grow up in a really rough neighborhood and
Mm.
where there were a lot of hustlers, people hustling in every single way from like selling drugs, prostitution. I seen them basically all. And to get out of that neighborhood uninjured, to get out of there basically, uh, all right, without having like those behaviors, those habits that I could have literally just picked them up in like from my neighbors and stuff like that. Because we did had in like the good neighborhood, the good neighbors, sorry, and then we also had in like the people that did prefer to hustle rather than offering in like their services towards other people. So they did prefer to take from other people and to serve like the other side of like of karma, meaning if you give them like the opportunity, they will just grab it. So that was one of the best parts because you see, you don't get to like to learn the life lessons in like in the school. Because in the
Mhm.
school, where they what they teach you basically, they teach you to do your homework first, and then you're gonna have the exam. And where in life you got the test first, and then you get a lesson. So it's quite different.
Life, it's a good university. You know what I mean? We graduate in life every single time. I think there's always a new challenge coming in life, and it's one of the best. I mean, it's the best graduation program that you can go through because life can teach us a lot. And as you said, just living it, just living life. That's how you learn. That's how you understand about life. The
Yeah,
positive and the
plus
negative.
100%. Plus, I learned one other thing, and that is, regardless of having a sunny day outside, regardless of having a rainy day outside, you have to stay ready. Basically, what I've learned in that like a country is that no matter like what's going on around you, you have to be like a weapon, basically standing on 2 feet all the time. You have to stay ready. Even if you're not gonna use the power that you accumulate throughout the trainings, even if you don't use all the knowledge that you have, it's always good to have it
Yeah,
so that you can be ready.
absolutely.
So that's another lesson that I learned. You're walking on the street, even as a tourist or anything like that, you always have to be ready, regardless, because there is always those type of people that are taking advantage of like these opportunities, and you have to make sure that you are not giving them the opportunities that they can take from you.
Absolutely. And if it's raining a lot outside, just go and dance in the rain. And that's how you're gonna you're
or
gonna get
basically do or basically do a running like I do sometimes. Just run in the rain is really amazing.
amazing. Ready for another question?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Next one. Hey Chris, next question for you is if you were to raise a child, yeah, what are the most important thing would you like them to learn?
Well, to be honest with you, the first things first, I would like them to learn the universal laws. Basically, to understand these whole factors that dictates like our future. Because you see, a lot of kids go to kindergarten, this and that. Yeah, it's easy to learn the language. It's easy to learn, like through, like from what they see in their parents' actions. For example, if your kid like sees you fighting with your wife or anything like that, they will definitely pick up on that, and in the future, there will be like the potential like fighters in like in their relationship. So first of all, like psychology, I would say, like personal development, anything that has to do with, like basically the software that we put in our minds. Because you see, the kids from age 1 till age 7, they can be very, very easily programmed. So having that like in the consideration, I'll basically say, like that's one of the most important things. Psychology, then physical activities that it will get them to be disciplined in life, because you see, discipline means freedom for me. So if it means freedom for me, then that will definitely, like help them too. Because you see, discipline is not something that you gain overnight. It's something that you gain over in like time. So
Yeah, discipline is the main key of success. That's what I
one
believe.
100%, because it allows you to basically keep like forward towards wherever direction you like choose to follow in a life, and to actually be consistent without letting any distractions to stay on your way.
Right, I have 3 questions left for you, Chris. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right, before the next question, tell me, as you mentioned in the beginning of the interview, that you're in the past you're overweight, yeah, you're overweight, and you change your lifestyle, you start a new journey in your life. Tell me, when was the moment that you realized that okay, I need to change my life, I need to start a new journey? Tell me, did something happen, or you just felt like okay, that's the time now to change things?
To be honest, when I did the bulking process, that's how it's called in bodybuilding, I thought it's gonna be really, really easy for me to, like actually get to lose the weight that I actually gained throughout a year, basically. So I did bulking for 1 year, and then it took me approximately a year and a half, almost 2 years, to actually decide to do the cut, to actually lose the weight. And the moment I started, I did remember one thing, and that was it's not going to be easy. And that is because I did judo for so many years, and I knew what it takes to actually get back in shape. And trust me, it's a lot of pain that you have to deal with, and a lot of psychological pain, because you see, you are thinking, yeah, I can do this. In your mind, you can, but physically, it's really, really difficult. So for me, the turning point is called, right? It took place in December, and that was basically because there was a competition in May, 4th of May. It's called Miami Pro, and I thought, like I will actually be able to get in shape by that time. And I do believe that I haven't put in like enough work in the process, because if I would have, um, I would have get there. But I said to myself, all right, cool. I didn't lost in like the whole plot. I just lost in like a battle, and that was the battle within myself, because you see, the body forced me basically to take a little break from that process, because I've lost almost what, from 120 kilograms. I came down all the way down to 87 kilograms. So imagine, that's quite a lot of weight.
Wow.
Almost 32 kilograms, I think, because it was like 88 kilograms when I stopped.
Wow.
So yeah, but now it's sustainable. So the process is super duper hard, but it is sustainable. I mean, naturally, if you're not eating in like a lot of crap food, like, and if you're staying consistent, like you do, for example, it's really easy.
Amazing. Okay. Next question is, tough question now. If your plane was going down, yeah, and you could call just one person to say goodbye. Which person that would be and why?
To be honest with you, one person to say goodbye.
Just one. You couldn't call anybody, just can pick up the phone and call just one person to say goodbye. Who that would be?
To be honest with you, I want to call anyone.
Okay. Tell me why.
The main reason is because, if that would have been my, like the end of my spiritual contract in this life, meaning with all of us, we do have, like a direction in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once we fulfilled our sole purpose on this planet, we'll have to, like, leave at some point. So I wouldn't like call anybody because I wouldn't regret like anything. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I do enjoy the life and like in day-to-day basis. I do love like every single person that crossed like my path in life, and I always been like genuine 100% with everyone that came in my life. Respected everyone as much as I could, even if I did mistakes or anything else. So that would basically mean for me to regret, not like saying to like a person what I had to say in that moment, which is not the case because I'm sure about that. And like whenever it comes to like the people that I know, I always speak like open.
Crazy. Okay.
So yeah.
I like your answer, actually. I like your answer because you're right. Imagine it'd be difficult as well to choose someone to call to say goodbye. It's a tough situation. Anyway,
Depends on
hopefully
how you're looking at it.
never happened to us. Never happened the situation to us.
Yeah.
Two questions left. Let's do it. Hey, Chris from Romania. Next question is: tell us something interesting about yourself.
To be honest, one interesting thing about myself is the fact that since age of 6, I dreamed in like to becoming like one of these person trainers, but not just a person trainer, to become one of these type of people that will eventually in one day get to inspire like millions of people. And that is with every single project that I've got right now in my mind, right? And I always knew that in one day I didn't even knew that in like social media is gonna come along the way, like with everything that I'm doing in my life and all the small things. But I can tell you that I've been passionate about sport since age of 6. I'm coming from a family of sportive people.
Wow.
So yeah, all my family members did sport, inclusively few of my brothers. So I can only say that we are basically born to do sport. So I say to myself, if I don't find it difficult and it is possible to go through every single type of training, because I've been through a lot of types of training, judo, a bit of boxing, a bit of K1, um, obviously boot camps, any type of training that you can possibly imagine, even military type of training. So I can only say that if I could do it, like anybody else, could do it. So that's one of the things that is special about me. Like I know my purpose and I'll follow this purpose till the end of my life because this is why I'm here.
Amazing, amazing. And I can feel your energy. I know what you're talking about because I can feel it.
Yes, sir.
Ready for the last one?
Yes, please.
Last question. Let's do it. But before the last question, through your career as a personal trainer, tell me a moment or a situation that you're never going to forget, always going to have a special place in your heart.
To be honest, having a customer that she was complaining basically throughout. I've trained that customer basically for a period of a year and approximately 3 months. And when I met that girl, she was a girl basically. When I met her, she was around 87 kilograms and stuff like that. Obviously, looking like she just came out of Michelin fabric, quite overweight and stuff like that. And she did say to me that, "Oh, I'm sorry, like for not being good enough for you and stuff like that. I don't think like I'll be able to do it and all that stuff." And I say, "Look, if you trust me and if you trust in like the process, you'll eventually get there." And I actually have like photos like of her progress and all that. And it's been really surprising to actually see with my own eyes that it is possible to like make changes in your life when comes about anything, like any process that you face in this life, it's possible to overcome it if you are patient, consistent, and willing to put the work in. It will eventually like go in the way that you want. So yeah.
Amazing. Very good. Last question for you is, which person you are more in touch with? You are sending more text message or you call, which person that would be?
Well, to be honest, I usually don't like texting.
Okay.
So that's a very, very good one. So I don't like texting. I don't like doing phone calls with anybody because time is the most valuable, like thing that I've got in my life. If you realize that, then you're gonna start, like value your time. And once you start valuing your time, then you'll realize that you'll have, like valuable people. So I do only, like keep in touch with valuable people that are really like have been really like there for me, like supporting me all the way throughout my career and all that. And people that don't didn't judge me, because you see, if I'm judging you or if you are judging me, then that means like you don't understand like the process of life, So real friends don't judge you. Real friends are there to support you, are there to like be with you, like in this journey, and are there to help you to grow. So I do only text basically with people and chat with people that are really close to me. Apart from that, yes, I do have acquaintances, but I can't call them friends. So,
all right. I think they're lucky to have you around. They're very lucky.
100%. 100%.
Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Let's start with money.
What comes in my mind with money? Energy.
Okay. Family.
Spiritual contract.
Okay. Love.
Frequency.
Life.
Soul purpose.
Sex.
Spiritual connection.
Politics.
What was that?
Politics.
I would say mental barriers.
Religion.
I'll be quite tough on that one. Gateway.
Fear.
Frequency.
Friendship.
Soul contracts.
Desire.
Life purpose.
Regret.
Growth.
Success.
Hard work.
Wish.
Visualization.
Happiness.
Achievement.
One word for London.
I would say home.
One word for Romania.
Home.
One word for personal trainer.
Purpose in life.
And the last one now, bodybuilder. One word.
My dream.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Chris in one positive word and one negative word only. What your best friend would say?
Positive word. Really kind.
Okay.
And negative word. Really sharp.
Ooh. Amazing.
Yeah.
Let's play now, Chris and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, tell me what's your favorite Romanian word?
I would say Domnule,
which means
which basically means in like gentleman.
amazing.
So
Very
when
good.
people address to you in like in a way of like a way saying mate, you're right, that's basically in like the street way of saying it. But when you say ce faceți domnule, that's translated as how are you gentlemen today? Like it's basically like a really polite way of like speaking basically. So yeah, that's
Amazing.
a you don't want to hear from a Romanian. Definitely don't want to hear from a Romanian. Like the question ce faci voi, ești bine? That's basically really, really, like it's basically like a street slang, way saying fam, you're right, or something like that. But if you hear, like someone asking you ce faceți domnule, that's very like polite, and that's definitely like how I would use basically the words.
Amazing. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
All right, you regarding like this whole thing that you're doing, does it feel for you like your life purpose in all sense of the way?
My life.
Like, do you feel like helping other people? Do you feel like like helping other people to speak openly like about like every single thing is basically like a spiritual connection? It does feel like that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I love the question. And it's so interesting, Chris, because people when they come to the show, I think everyone who comes to the show, they leave their signature in the show, in the magic box. They leave their signature here because everyone has something to share, have a spiritual connection to connect with anyone. They are here, sharing memories, sharing challenges in life, sharing happiness, achievements like you are doing right now. Imagine people watch this interview right now and, maybe they are facing the same situation as you. Maybe they are working something now to achieve something very soon. So I think that here we are had to help each other somehow. For example, maybe you can help someone just sharing, a challenge that you went through. Maybe you can help someone talking about something that maybe this person never talked to anyone else before. So we are here to share and to help people somehow. Sometimes we even don't know how we are helping, but just talking so open and being so vulnerable and showing emotions and talking the truth and expressing ourselves. I think that's already helping people because again we never know who's watching this interview right now, and go worldwide and people can go like, oh my god, it's so nice to hear Chris from Romania, living in London, and sharing this experience now. So I think the whole magic of the show is about express yourself,
Growth.
connect with people, and also at the same time as well sharing emotion and helping people somehow. So I think that's the whole magic of the show, and it's a beautiful journey. I think
I
it's great.
I I love the idea, right? Because since I followed you, right, and when I saw this idea, I was like, yo, that's definitely 100% in like spiritual growth because
Yeah,
that's what you bring about it, right? Because you have other people in like that are basically the audience watching in like this show, and I
yeah,
do believe in terms of like every single thing that like you have in like happening in this show can somehow like maybe like in the other side of the world like help them to like understand something or help them to open the eyes like a little bit wider so that they
yeah.
can see clearly in like on the path that they are, what I'm saying.
Do
So
you
I
know?
love the idea.
You know what happened to me? I think was last week. I received a message from a lovely guy who had an interview with me. He's from Chile, but he lives in Barcelona. He lives in Barcelona, and he sent me a message. We had an interview a few months ago, and he sent a message to me and said, William, I want to share something with you. Somebody contacted me and became my client. He's a psychologist, and this he became my client because of the show. He watched my interview, and because of that he contacted me and now we are working together. So imagine how I even got goosebumps now because imagine how powerful it is that imagine someone you never know who's watching the interview right now, you never know. And also I could tell all the stories as well, but another one that happened, one of the first one that happened, I had an interview with a photographer from Connecticut in the US. And another time I had an interview with a model. he works. He's not full-time model, but he do like some modeling sometimes. So for New York City. So what happened? They connected, and they did a work together. They did like twice actually. They did a work together, and both of them they sent me a picture of themselves together, like doing this. Said, "Oh my God, we are here because of the show." So imagine how amazing it is. This is helping people. This is connecting people. This is like somehow imagine, for example, this client who contacted this lovely man in Barcelona. Maybe they would never connect if they didn't through the show. So for me, it's like, oh my God, how powerful that's, you know what I mean? It makes my day. It makes my whole, you know, if I can somehow, not just me, but other people, help other people somehow on the show, for me, it's already a big thing because, you know, it's about sharing, you know, experiences and connect with people. So that's the best part of the show.
It is true because when I started as a personal trainer, I did start training for free. I didn't charge money. So I used to work as a waiter in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And obviously having like this whole knowledge about nutrition training program and having almost 20 years of experience in like on my back, I could literally speak about sport the whole like time that they were in a restaurant. Obviously not allowed to, but they're really like intrigued, you know, by like the whole things I was saying and stuff. And I do remember they were like, "Oh, would you be able to like to actually help me out? Look, I'm having this problem and that problem." And I'm like, "Look, we need to start basically from here. Like, actually, we need to start, like from your psychological well-being all the way down, like the physical part. Because if you don't change your mind, you're never going to, like achieve the physique that every single person like dreams, like about. So
Absolutely.
it is true. Like in the same way, I do love to help people, right? I started basically based on that thing because I knew personal training is not something that everyone will do it. And this is why I have a very, very big project right now, in where like is an application basically out of where like every single person that is gonna come in contact with like me is gonna benefit out of it. So it's the same thing that you are doing, but in my case, it's gonna be an application, a fitness application, out of where every single person can benefit. But it's gonna be quite expensive, so I still need to do saving for it. So yeah, good luck with that.
And I think that's what life's about connecting with people, sharing experiences, make mistakes, doing good things. And that's how we live life. I think that's the more interesting thing about life. So yeah, did you enjoy the interview?
I did enjoy the interview. And once again, I wanted to say congratulations for not having the fear of speaking in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Because I found it basically to be one of my biggest fears, basically, because as a personal trainer, I do want to speak in front of the camera too. And when you invited me for this interview, I was like, you know what? Although I'm not speaking what you call English like a native, like a native, basically. Yeah. But I was like, who cares about it? Because at the end of the day, we don't care about how well do you speak the English? We care about what comes out of your mouth. We can what intentions do you have throughout the interview and stuff. So
absolutely,
you really inspired me because I've seen that you are obviously don't speak in native English, but
yeah.
I'm really proud of you to see that you progress so far.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Absolutely. You can, we have a broken English, and that it's a beauty. People understand us. People, it's just about to express yourself. And I'm glad that you put yourself out of your comfort zone. That's how things start in our lives. When we step out of our comfort zone, that's what things start happening. So yeah, thanks so much, Chris, for taking the time. Thanks as well. Good luck on your this journey coming soon for you now, this competition. Do your best, and we keep in touch. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
To all the people that watch probably this interview, it will be regardless of whatever you face as a challenge in life. If you eliminate the fear, like I did basically since the very beginning of this interview, I'll be honest with you, everything is possible. So you just have to whenever you have a fear, you just have to go into the detail of that problem, see how much risk can you take out of it, and then the rest is gonna be history because you're gonna make it like you did it, like I'm doing it. As a PT, I was very, very shy to speak in like with the people because I was like, oh, I don't know enough English. How am I going to explain to them this? How am I going to explain to them that? Because there is a lot of terminology, right? But I did buy myself and like for myself a dictionary, and I eventually in like like improved like my vocabulary. And
Yeah.
as you can see, I do quite speak English right now in comparison to hello and bye when I firstly came in UK. So it's a
Absolutely.
huge difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And nowadays you have so much sources like, internet, you can go on YouTube, you can go to so many sources and you can find a lot of classes. And there are a lot of ways. If you want to do something, there's a lot of ways. You just need to go for it and look for it and don't be scared. If you feel scared, it's a good sign. It means that you are going the right direction. That's how I see.
It means
Fear,
that you're growing. So if you see the
yeah,
opportunity, just grab it. Don't leave it
abs-
because sometimes by not grabbing the opportunity, you will stay hungry all the way down to the point where you're going to grab probably like less like good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
amazing.
that's what I said.
Thanks so much. You can keep in touch. It was a pleasure to see you again. Okay, Chris? Thank you.
Well, it was a lovely time, mate, to speak to you, and I'll I don't know. Hopefully, going to do another interview about something else. Probably
Uh,
gonna open a podcast. I will
Absolutely.
definitely highly indicate you to do that so that you can gather the people to like speak live on a
Absolutely.
weekend, for example. I would love to see one of these things on your YouTube channel. So keep in
Amazing.
touch, right?
I
And
will.
let me know if you need help with that.
We are connected now. Okay. Thank you so much. And keep
Lovely,
in.
mate.
Have a nice
All right.
weekend.
You too.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.